Hi Leos, this is Chao with Ariana Star. This is your forecast for January 2025. Before I proceed, I would like to thank you for your support. Also, wishing you a very happy and prosperous 2025. Let's just get down to your reading with Oracle decks as well as the ID Tarot. For personalized readings, Leos, feel free to reach us at the email address given below. Now, the overall energy this January is a very positive 10 of Cups. Gains as well as positive feedback can be expected in the first month, but you also need to be prepared because there could be a change in your schedule, sudden developments. So, ink those deals very quickly. In relationships, also, you could feel content, but then within your family, at times, you may feel as though your voice is ignored. I think you should ignore those who are bothering you. That could help you enormously. Other than that, I also feel that your focus should also be on spiritual matters. The final days of December, stepping into January, I do have the Queen of Swords. Now, this is the Swords energy, which means that you were someone who was using your intellectual abilities to good effect. You may have been having discussions as well as negotiations. You did have the unflappable air about you in those final days. Maybe your schedule had been disrupted, maybe clients had rescheduled meetings, but then this was also the time to capitalize on those opportunities that were there. Technical work or paperwork had kept you busy. Money or wages had also come in. Again, this was also the time when you needed to be impartial while dealing with others, while handling situations which were demanding. I think you were someone who was able to put your views across succinctly. Obstacles to overcome this January, I do have the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight is someone who has that go-getter attitude. He wants to get ahead, he wants to advance. Maybe you want to progress with your career, but then this is in the challenge position, so you need to be also very careful. Maybe you could overlook certain details. That could mean that you're rushing headlong. It would mean that you have to reassess your values as well as your goals. Avoid mistakes by being very impetuous. Other than that, I also feel that you're going to be someone who is going to be very creative. Maybe you need to keep in mind that there are going to be delays. Some of you could also be making travel plans in January. Influences for January, I do have the Hermit card. Now, this is a card which talks about self-reflection. By being guarded, maybe you also need to do some kind of research, be philosophical, read books to gain perspective, because that could also be helpful in case you want to avoid disagreements. It would be wise to do so. Sometimes you may also feel that the environment around you is very restrictive. You may feel unwanted. That is why you could be in hermit mode. That is why you may want to be by yourself. Oftentimes, that feeling is there that you have to surrender to what others want. I think you should also avoid airing your views when it comes to financial affairs of your loved ones. Financial handicaps could also mean that there are restrictions. You do want to earn, you do want to overcome the limitations that are there on account of these financial constraints, but keep that in mind that you do have the 10 of Cups there. Other than that, this is a time for new offers, new beginnings. Sometimes, you may feel that your task that you're working on is making no headway. Maybe an offer could also come in from a former employer, but then these are early days. I think a loved one could also be interested in starting a venture, but then you may brush it off. You may think it is inconsequential, that it's not going to amount to much. With this card, brush it off. The first 10 days of January is the 8 of Swords. You see this lady, she seems to be very downcast. She's surrounded by swords, so the work environment may be a bit oppressive, but you're going to make quick progress. You're someone who needs to make concessions at work. Maybe you also need to be wily to allow things to go according to plan. Communication will bring in opportunities, so you should make the most of it. Even your creative side will be appreciated. Besides, you're someone who is going to up the tempo, so you will complete tasks at great speed. Other than that, you may find yourself in situations where you're giving advice, or someone is seeking your good opinion but fails to offer you any cash or remuneration for that matter. Scrutiny is also going to be there at work. Even if you make your way for an interview, you could also be a bit hassled because the interviewer could ask several questions. Interestingly, the first 10 days also asks you to socialize, but you also need to have your meals on time to avoid indigestion. Home improvements are also very likely for Leos. Maybe you could also be concerned about the house rent in case you are a tenant. The next 10 days, that is 11 to 20th January, is the Lover's card. Choices are going to be there, whether personally or professionally. Communication is going to bring in gains, but you could have those second thoughts. Maybe you think you could have asked for more from your client or patron, but then brush it off, says the universe. Your creativity will continue to be esteemed as the month proceeds. Compliments will also come your way because your personal allure is also going to be at its peak. Again, this is also the time when you need to focus on reunions. The final days of the month, that is 21st to 31st January, is the King of Pentacles. This is another positive card in your reading. It talks about financial gains which you're going to make. Maybe someone is also going to be kindly disposed towards you. Maybe this person has deep pockets. In case there's an interview lined up, then this is the best time to narrate your sob story to tilt the scales in your favor, because someone is going to hear you out, someone is going to give you that chance. Other than that, I also feel that in case you are asking for services from someone, then maybe you should look closely at contractual papers, or you should understand that maybe there's someone who's taking you for a ride. Your focus should also be on learning, on enhancing your skills. I think you will also push for the talents of your loved ones, but they think that you are very pushy, you're very bossy with this card, Bear from Lenormand. Like the mother bear, I think you're going to be someone who's very protective. You're going to push for their talents because you care for them. That is why you could be coming across as someone who is overbearing. You also need to focus on your physical health. Work on strengthening yourself. You also need to look into your personal finances with this card. You have the strength and fortitude to overcome any obstacles. The bear has a fish, so you're going to make headway for sure. Anger management could also be something which you need to work on this month. With respect to your love life, I do have the card Hidden Read Between the Lines. Maybe someone isn't very explicit. Maybe you're also someone who's not wearing your heart on your sleeve. You're speaking in a coded fashion. That could also affect your relationship. So communication is the key if you want a healthy relationship with your person. Romancing ones can enjoy good moments with your person. Maybe you also need to protect your relationship from the evil eye, from negative forces. I can't seem to find the right words to say to you. Like I said, communication is something which you need to work on this month. Your person could also be someone connected to work with the King of Pentacles. This person could also be senior to you or could have deep pockets. Mature person for that matter. Try not to be aloof. Also with the Ten of Cups, maybe in case you are in an unhappy relationship, you could talk about your unhappy relationship with anyone who cares to listen. It could be a child, it could be a guest who comes over to meet you at home. Avoid anger, avoid irritability in your connection as well as your relationship. Someone from your past could also re-enter with that Knight of Wands, but then you could be in two minds. Other than that, with respect to Archangel Raphael healing cards, I do have this card, Seek Divine Intervention. I think health concerns could be there for many Leos, so look closely at your health. Like I said, some of you could have issues related to the stomach. You could also trip and fall, so be careful of that. Aura cleansing will certainly be beneficial. Our body does gives us signs, so pay attention to those instinctive feelings, because you can never go wrong if you listen to your body. I hope viewers you liked your reading. This is Char with Ariana Stark. Do give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.